Good day, folks. Thank you for joining us here at Your Health. On today's program, we want to talk about fenugreek seed. This substance is one of our most ancient remedies, and in the modern world today, we use it most frequently to help the diabetic control their blood glucose levels. This is something you need to know about. Fenugreek seed, that's our concept for today. That's our topic. Stay tuned for that. But first, let's go to our news. Let's see what's happening in the health world. Older men are more likely to need help in taking their medications. Researchers from the American Geriatric Society evaluated the health and the ability to take medications of over 4,000 seniors enrolled in Duke University's ongoing APPEASE study. At the start of the study, about 7% of the seniors needed help with taking their medications. After 3 years, 11% needed help. The study found older men were 200% more likely to need help with their medications than older women. They also found both men and women over 80 years of age were up to 300% more likely to need help than study subjects 65 to 69 years of age. Related research from the University of British Columbia finds 1 of every 3 older women receives inappropriate prescription medications, while 1 in 4 men receive the same. The researchers used the American Geriatric Society list of drugs that should be avoided by older patients to make their determinations. The study also found being married or having a higher income reduced the risk of being prescribed inappropriate medications. Well, folks, this one is important. Until our first study was completed, we had precious little information to guide us in making decisions about whether elderly patients can reliably take medications on their own. We find that being 75 or older, being male, having memory problems, or having trouble with the activities of daily living, all are signs that the senior may be prone to mixing up medications, skipping a dose, or missing them entirely, or even taking double doses inadvertently. And I don't think you need to be an expert to know that when seniors make mistakes with medications, it leads to bad things, like avoidable hospitalizations, and for some, even life-threatening events such as a motor vehicle accident. I am an advocate of seniors staying in charge of their affairs for as long as possible, and this study helps us to understand when patients, spouses, family members, and healthcare professionals should start paying close attention for the telltale signs that a loved one or a patient may need help with administering their daily medications. Our second study finds that senior women are considerably more likely to be prescribed medications that may cause more harm than good. The types of medications that seniors typically do not tolerate well include sedatives, sleeping pills, antidepressants, anticholinergics such as antihistamines and antispasmodics, and others, of course. This study was conducted on British Columbia patients, and I assure you the pattern holds true here in the U.S. We all know getting a little exercise is a good thing. We also know spending time outdoors is a good thing. But is spending time outdoors exercising better for you than exercising indoors? And if so, how much outdoor exercise does it take to achieve these benefits? In the first study of its kind, researchers from the University of Queensland reviewed all of the available research worldwide in an attempt to answer these questions on the benefits of outdoor exercise. They found outdoor exercise provides superior health benefits compared to indoor exercise in the areas of greater reduction in all-cause mortality, reduced cardiovascular disease mortality, improved stress and depression, and even improved healing time from injuries. The study found exercising outdoors in a park setting for 30 minutes a week is enough to provide improved health benefits compared to indoor exercise. Well, this is a fascinating study and certainly worth the effort. It can be found in the journal Bioscience under the title, The Health Benefits of Urban Nature, How Much Do We Need? Highlights of the study include the prediction that within 30 years, 70% of the world's population will live in cities where cardiovascular disease, hypertension, obesity, depression, and stress, along with asthma and some forms of cancer, are more common. In cities, outdoor exercise is harder to come by, necessitating the incorporation of green belts into city planning for obvious health benefits. This study found exercising outdoors provides greater health benefits in the areas of reduced death risk from all causes, including reduced death from cardiovascular disease, reduced asthma risk and death, reduced stress, depression, impulsivity, and hyperactivity, along with improved reported general health, improved memory and cognitive ability and psychological well-being, greater mental restoration, improved self-esteem and happiness, less anger, and improved attention and more. Isn't that amazing? All of these benefits come from exercising outdoors over indoors. Also, the study found that all people studied from all countries, faiths, and races respond better to outdoor exercise than indoor exercise. And as little as 5 minutes a week of walking or jogging outdoors provides measurable benefits. This is truly amazing. You know, thank goodness for our curious scientific researchers who leave no stone unturned. Bottom line on this issue, whenever possible, take your exercise outdoors. Well, today on Your Health, we'll discuss the ancient herbal remedy Fenugreek. Stay tuned to learn more. Can you lower your risk of disease? The answer is yes. One way is by including fruit in your diet. Fruit contains valuable nutrients that can reduce the risk of heart disease, stroke, and even some cancers.
We've searched the world and found 4 fruits we believe are among the best. Noni from Polynesia, acai from the Amazon, and 2 new ones, goji and mangosteen.
These 4 juices each have amazing properties that make them great additions to your nutritional plan. If you're a diabetic or have chronic pain, these juices will help you feel better and have more energy. Plus, they help with digestion.
Now you can experience the health-promoting benefits of all 4 in one convenient package we call the Fruits of the World 4-pack. And remember, it's 50% off by the case.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128.
I'm Cindy Becker for Your Health at a Glance. Are you looking for a healthy replacement for sodas? For thousands of years, the Far East has enjoyed the many health benefits of green tea. Now the Western world has embraced this potent antioxidant for its many health benefits as both a drink and supplement. Green tea has been thoroughly researched. It's been shown to improve bone density and immunity, as well as levels of cholesterol, blood sugar, and blood pressure. Research has also shown it to decrease inflammation and one's risk of cardiovascular disease and many forms of cancer. One recent study even found that people who drink 5 or more cups a day were 33% less likely to develop conditions that cause disability. For health, it is everyone's cup of tea. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Cindy Becker.
Vitamin D deficiency is at epidemic levels in the United States. Chances are you aren't getting enough of this essential nutrient. Vitamin D is one of the most important molecules in the human body. It's required for the proper function of nearly 4,000 genes and 1,000 metabolic chemical reactions.
BioInnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Vitamin D3. Now, supplementing with vitamin D is safe and affordable.
Studies show that vitamin D deficiency can lead to poor immune function, depression, cardiovascular disease, bone disease, diabetes, cancer, and much more. Starting supplementing vitamin D today for better health tomorrow.
BioInnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. So give us a call at 888-442-2128. That's 888-442-2128. Or order online at bioinnovations.net.
Welcome back, everyone. It is fantastic to be with you today. We have a great show, and we will be taking calls later on. So be sure you pick up the phone and dial us at 800-635-2673. We want to talk to you today. Well, the great show that we have planned is about nature's one of the very first superfoods. That's fenugreek seed. This is not an herb, it's a seed. This is really interesting, Richard.
You could call it a bean because it's a legume plant.
A legume.
Yeah, it's really amazing stuff. Original superfood. Fenugreek seed. The scientists call fenugreek Trigonella phenugrecum. And what that actually means is 3-angled Greek hay. That's the literal translation of those words, Trigonella phenugrecum. And the ancients used to call it Greek hay seed. It smells like hay. The substance smells like hay because it has coumarins in it. And they would use it to supplement poor quality hay for the farmer because it was such a rich nutrient. We also call it bird's foot, and as I said, it is a member of the legume family. And why is that important? The legumes, which are beans, they have a very special attribute. They have nodules in their roots that grow bacteria, and the bacteria produce unique chemical compounds that plants don't usually produce. And so the soybean is like that. Black beans, pinto beans, all beans and legumes have this ability. So we have a symbiotic relationship with a plant and a bacteria. The plant provides it a place to live. The bacteria provides chemical compositions that the plant can't make on its own, and humans have taken advantage of that. So the use of this substance, fenugreek, dates back at least some 4,000 years. Some of the earliest recorded historical writings include fenugreek. The ancient Egyptians used it into India and China, all the way back, a valuable food source throughout the ancient world. Cultivated worldwide today, Mediterranean region to India and China, the Middle East into Africa and Ethiopia. It's most commonly associated in today's world with India and Ayurvedic medicine, but many cultures have used it. It's also used as a curry spice in the Orient. Now, due to this symbiotic relationship that legumes have, they show complex mixture of health-promoting phytochemicals, beta-carotene, mucilage. Fenugreek is a rich source of fiber. Many people take it just to give a dietary fiber supplement. Beta-cytosterol, you've heard of this. This is what men are using to help with prostate function. Beta-cytosterol. It helps with prostate enlargement. It helps to lower cholesterol. It's a fairly common substance found in plants, but fenugreek has an extraordinarily high amount of beta-cytosterol. Coumarin and p-coumaric acids. Now that sounds like Coumadin, doesn't it? It is a parent compound to Coumadin. So if you're on warfarin, fenugreek may not be something you want to take. But think of it this way. If more of us were to include fenugreek in our diet, we wouldn't be prone to blood clots like we are because we're low in these agents in our natural diet, in our processed American diet, our SAD diet, standard American diet. If more of us included these types of foods and green leafies, maybe not so many people would need warfarin to prevent blood clots. Something interesting to think about. Dysosgenin. This is one of the components, the phytoestrogens found in soybeans. So many people are concerned about the negative effect of soybeans on their thyroid gland, the genetically modified soybeans that are so prevalent. 95% of all soybeans consumed in America are genetically modified now, and there's concern over this. So many people don't want to use soy products, and I understand that. But these phytoestrogens from all beans have these in varying degrees. The osgenin is one of the best to help with women's health issues. It acts like an estrogen, but it's not a true hormone. So it modulates hormonal systems, and fenugreek is an excellent source of this. You don't want the soy? Think about fenugreek. It helps. It really is a remarkable substance. What else does it have in it? Kaempferol, which are powerful polyphenolic type of antioxidants, luteolin, quercetin, rutin. You know, apples have quercetin. One of the better of all the polyphenols, these antioxidants in plants that provide tremendous health benefits. Rutin, saponin, trigonelin, vitexin, and the fenugreek has a unique odor to it. Some people say it smells like maple syrup. It doesn't taste like maple syrup. It has more of a bitter taste to it if you were to chew it up. But they've been able to identify the compound that is responsible for that smell. Sotolin, S-O-T-O-L-O-N, sotolin, is the substance responsible for that. Now, when you use fenugreek in a crushed state, it can be used as a spice, and so it's a common ingredient in curry spices. So this would complement turmeric. If you're trying to broaden your horizons and include more turmeric in your diet, add a little fenugreek to that, crush that up, and make your own curry spice that you like, and it has true health benefits. What else? No one chemical agent is responsible for fenugreek's health benefits. Again, it's the symphony of good nutrition. All these different elements working together to provide health benefits. Now, as a nutrient source, fenugreek is outstanding. Now get this, how many plants are up to 30% protein and complete good quality protein? You know, there's very few plant sources of complete protein. Fenugreek is one of them. Remember, it's a legume. Proteins, amino acids are one of the things these nitrogen-fixing bacteria in the root system of the plant is able to do for us. So it's a good protein source, 25 to 30% protein. It's a rich source of calcium, essential fatty acids, folate, iron, not huge amounts, but enough to provide basic needs. Not really a problem for those who tend to accumulate too much iron, but there's a little there. It's within, you know, it's a plant, so you're not going to get too much iron. Magnesium, manganese, a great source of manganese, which is hard to find in today's world. Tea is another good source of manganese, but fenugreek is also. Phosphorus, potassium, zinc, the B vitamins, B1, 2, and 3, and of course vitamin C. So this great composition, diverse composition, high protein content. How historically fenugreek has been most commonly used is crushed into a powder, then into a flour, and used in bread. You can support your protein intake, increase your nutrient intake, and over the eons of time, this is how fenugreek has been most commonly used. Also, it's used as a fiber agent, containing both soluble and insoluble fibers, help with your regularity. It's used medicinally to combat fever. It is used as an anti-inflammatory for swollen joints or anything inflamed, aches and pains. Lung and airway disease, asthma and emphysema, this is the historical and cultural uses. We call that the putative use of this substance. It's used for allergies and sinusitis. And what we're seeing the most in our modern world is fenugreek's use to lower blood glucose levels in the diabetic. And one of the more remarkable things about fenugreek is it will not lower blood sugar to abnormally low levels in people without diabetes, so anybody can take this. It's not like taking a pill for diabetes that it can even lower a non-diabetic's blood glucose. So the point being, you don't have to worry about profoundly low blood sugar levels if you're using fenugreek to help manage your diabetes. If you have a low blood sugar level, it's not because of the fenugreek. I hope I'm making sense for you. And when we lower the glucose levels in diabetics, we also lower cholesterol and we raise HDL. So there's really some true benefits for the diabetic when we use fenugreek. Now, let's go to our break, and when we return, let's talk about the modern scientific investigation into the health benefits of fenugreek. We'll be right back.
Are you one of the 62 million Americans suffering from gastrointestinal problems? Do you struggle with other chronic conditions? That's why we offer Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Probiotics.
After years of research, we developed a revolutionary probiotic formula with gastrodefense technology. This system protects the good bacteria from stomach acid so the probiotics reach the intestines where they go to work. Additionally, we use live count technology to prolong the shelf life of the probiotics, so there's no need for refrigeration.
Dr. Becker's Bionutrient Probiotics is a powerful combination and one of the most effective formulas available today. And we offer a children's chewable formula too, both at prices you can afford.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128.
I'm Dr. Richard Becker for Your Health at a Glance. Do you have a family history of a certain disease? Scientists are discovering that our genetic code plays a smaller role than previously believed. Only about 20% of disease is tied to our innate genetic code. So what determines the other 80%? The answer may lie in the emerging field of epigenetics. What is it? Epigenetics is a group of changing factors responsible for both how our genes are read and how they are then applied throughout the rest of the body. And this may explain why identical twins with identical genes can have different health problems. Researchers believe two of the main factors in epigenetics are nutrition and environmental exposure to toxins. So eat a healthy diet, reduce toxin exposure, and you may improve your own epigenetics. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker. CoQ10 and L-carnitine are among the most important nutrients our bodies use for energy production. Deficiency in these key nutrients can cause serious complications to your health. In fact, statin drugs that are used to lower cholesterol may deplete your CoQ10 levels.
Bioinnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients CoQ10 with L-carnitine. Now, providing support for cardiovascular health is easier than ever before.
CoQ10 and L-carnitine support a healthy heart naturally, as nature intended, and our formulation provides 300% greater absorption of CoQ10 than similar products, using a technology so effective it's patented.
Bioinnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. Give us a call at 888-442-2128. That's 888-442-2128. Or order online at bioinnovations.net.
Welcome back, everyone. We're having an interesting discussion learning all about fenugreek seed, this amazing legume. So many nutritional properties. This is great. So, Richard, we're talking about the varied uses of fenugreek seed.
Yes, we most often think of fenugreek's use in the diabetes state to lower blood sugar levels and help to control cholesterol and cardiovascular disease risk. But it is a good anti-inflammatory. It's used for lung conditions, wound healing. It is common in the historical writings on fenugreek to find that they would crush the seed, make a paste out of it. Sometimes they would boil it to soften it, then crush it, and then make a poultice to apply to boils, eczema, psoriasis, or any skin condition that's inflamed, with really quite remarkable results. The chemical complexity of this plant lends its use to many varied conditions. Very helpful to know that. Let's go to our literature review now. What's the modern science? We've learned more about what we've used fenugreek for historically, but here we have from the Journal of the Association of Physicians of India, a 2001 double-blind placebo-controlled trial, 25 newly diagnosed type 2 diabetics. Please understand that in the other countries of the world, they rely much more heavily on natural agents than we do. And we get many of our studies from other countries, and we should be open-minded enough to listen to what they have to say. We don't lead the world in everything like we've been taught we are. You know, I mean, let's be honest. People all around the world have desperate needs, and they study what they can. And we should pay attention to this. This study, and you know, many of the researchers and doctors who did this in other countries, they're trained right here in America. Then they go back to their homeland and help people there. So I'm very interested in what they have to say. Double-blind, placebo-controlled, 25 newly diagnosed type 2 diabetics. What they found was that fenugreek improves glycemic control. In other words, it keeps that glucose level down, and it decreases insulin resistance. So your insulin works better, then you need less medicine. They also found it lowered triglyceride levels, and it raises HDL to help to protect from cardiovascular disease. All from a legume. Isn't that remarkable? Journal of Medicinal Food, 2009, double-blind, placebo-controlled. When fenugreek was mixed with bread flour and eaten as a bread, it reduces blood glucose and insulin levels. So same finding, a little different approach as the India study. European Journal of Clinical Pharmacology, 2010, double-blind, placebo-controlled. 39 subjects over 6 weeks. Fenugreek reduces fat consumption. They found when the people ate the bread with the fenugreek in it, they didn't crave the fat as much. So it helps to control the appetite in some way. Along with glucose levels improved, the blood glucose levels improved, insulin levels improved as well. That's the European Journal of Clinical Pharmacology. The Iran Journal of Pharmacological Research, 2013, double-blind, placebo-controlled, 58 women with polycystic ovary syndrome, one of the most common reasons for infertility in North America. Polycystic ovarian, Stein-Leventhal is another name we've used for that. It's very much like a diabetic state, and the altered metabolism affects the hormonal system. And for most women with polycystic ovary, if we treat them as though they are diabetic, help them lose weight, because most have a weight gain issue with it, not all, but most, treat them as though they're diabetic, not with insulin, but with agents that help to lower the blood glucose, with exercise, weight loss, and things that improve hormone control like vitamin D, curcumin, and fenugreek. Guess what? It improves ovarian function and menstrual regularity. This study looked just at the fenugreek, and that alone improves ovarian function and menstrual regularity. When the menstruation is regular, it means we're ovulating on the clock, ladies. That's what you want. And that, of course, leads to better fertility. You feel better, the cycle's complete, everything's working fine. Fenugreek can help you achieve that. It's that effective. I find that amazing. Here's Advances in Nutrition 2015, review of the current literature. They did a big job here. They looked through all the current literature. There is now considerable evidence, this is their conclusion, that fenugreek seed is useful in the management of diabetes. It lowers blood glucose levels. It lowers insulin levels, helps with insulin resistance. Insulin's going to work better, while it lowers triglycerides and cholesterol. Fenugreek also improves liver function in diabetes. Don't forget, diabetics, your liver is a major organ of of glucose control. Everyone thinks it's all the pancreas, and that one's important. But the liver's involved too because of its release of glucose and the storing of glucose as glycogen is very much involved in that. And diabetics, as your blood glucose goes up, 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 as we add fat to our system, we add fat to the liver, and that's highly inflammatory. So it's very common for overweight diabetics to have an inflamed liver. This is where fenugreek can help you. It would make a nice complement to milk thistle, probiotics, alpha-lipoic acid. We can make fenugreek seed a part of our program to control diabetes. And for some people, it's the one thing that sets you right. You know, we all have our unique attributes, different than others. We're all unique in creations of God, and some people, they just set right with fenugreek. And the only way you're going to know that is if you try it. So keep an open mind. It can make a big difference for you. The science says it's likely to help you considerably. We also have Nutrition Journal Review 2014. They did a review of all the available information. They found that fenugreek, on average, reduces fasting blood glucose by 17 points. That can put you back in the normal range just from fenugreek. It also reduces your postprandial glucose, your blood sugar after you just eaten. It reduces that by 40 milligrams, and a 0.85% reduction in your hemoglobin A1C. Your long-term hemoglobin will reduce by 0.85%. So that would mean, for example, a 7.0 hemoglobin A1C would reduce to 6.15. Now you're back in good control, just from fenugreek, something that humans have been using for thousands of years that won't put you in heart failure like some of the new diabetic medicines. This is how I approach this stuff. Why use a dangerous drug when God gave us these gifts all along and it's time-tested and modern science confirms? I think if we all thought this way a little more, we wouldn't consume half of all the drugs made in the world. America's only 3% of the world's population, but we consume half of all medicines produced. Something's wrong with that. We need to rethink this approach to disease, and really, fenugreek is part of our answer. Now, it's not the answer for everybody, but this should be on the tip of America's tongue. All these natural agents, they make such a difference for everyone. No side effects reported when taken at recommended doses. And if you're on insulin, fenugreek can be used for type 1 or 2 type diabetics on insulin. It reduces your need for insulin between 56 to 20 units. So when you start fenugreek, if you're on insulin, you want to watch close because you may need less insulin to control your diabetes. It's that effective. And you can get fenugreek as a capsule. You can get it as a crushed flour. You can start baking your own bread. You know, and it also has agents that keep the yeast down. What a fine compliment for the diabetic, because the diabetic's out of control. When the blood sugar's high, the yeast is just growing, growing, growing. So how about a slice of bread that has antifungal yeast agent fenugreek right in the middle of it? Isn't that something? I think it's just a wonderful compliment. Now, how do you take this stuff? Well, little doses don't work. This is a food substance. This is a flour ingredient, so we need to take at least 5 grams a day of fenugreek. And really, folks, that's not that much. It's about a teaspoon and a half of the pure seed. 5 grams a day and up provides that type of benefit. So typically, it'd be 2 to 4 capsules with each meal if you're taking the capsular form of it. But the dose needs to be over 5 grams a day in order to have a demonstrable effect on your blood glucose, your cholesterol, and all the things we want to happen with that. So, we can also use it as a poultice. You can open a capsule, crush the seeds, put it on as a poultice. All those things can be done. You know, that's a pretty neat little substance, isn't it? It's been around for so long, the safety profile is there. You don't need to worry about it. Side effects, forget about it. Let's do this. Let's go to our break, and when we return, let's take a few calls. I'd love to talk to you. We'll be right back. Different people have different vitamin and mineral needs. That's why Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Multiple Vitamin and Mineral Powders come in 4 different blends.
That's right. When it comes to vitamins, no one formula is right for everyone. For those who don't get enough vegetables in their diet, there's the Organic Green Blend with 3 servings of vegetables in every tablespoon.
And for those looking for a boost of fruit and berry phytonutrients, there's the Berry Blend with 3 servings of fruit in every tablespoon.
And don't forget the Active Adult Blend with extra B vitamins, calcium, and added cofactors like ginkgo and CoQ10.
Plus, we've designed a multiple for those with allergies called the Low Allergy Rice Blend.
Whatever your unique needs are, Bionutrients has a multiple vitamin that's just right for you.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health.
I'm Cindy Becker, and this is Your Health at a Glance. Do you want to maintain your mental clarity? With people living longer, we need more research into the ways to lower the risk of dementia. Studies are showing us that people who regularly read books, complete puzzles, or solve word games like the Sunday crossword puzzle maintain their mental abilities longer than people who don't. We also preserve memory by maintaining social activities, such as volunteering, attending religious services, or regularly talking with friends and neighbors. And diet plays a big role as well. It's important to eat a nutritious diet free from heavy metals and chemical pollutants, and full of vitamins and the essential fatty acids which power the brain. These simple and important steps will help keep you mentally healthy for many years to come. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Cindy Becker.
Is your life out of balance? It may be. The average American consumes far too many omega-6s and not enough omega-3s. This creates an imbalance.
So what can we do to get back in balance? We can eat a healthy diet.
And most of us need to supplement with omega-3 rich fish oil. Fish oil contains omega-3s with DHA and EPA, fatty acids that promote good brain and heart health. So reduce omega-6 in your nutritional plan and boost omega-3 to get back in balance.
To help you do that, BioInnovations offers 2 products, the Fish Oil Complex and Omega 369, both formulated for your health and well-being. So how do you choose? For highest levels of DHA and EPA, choose the Fish Oil Complex. For a balanced formula, choose the 369.
Go online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Welcome back, everyone. We're just about ready to go to the phones and take calls, so pick up that phone and dial 800-635-2673. First, I've got to let you know, this is interesting about the fenugreek seed, isn't it? That was really a great presentation. I learned a lot today as well. So to help you get that fenugreek seed, we now have Dr. Becker's Bionutrients fenugreek seed. Buy one, get one free today only, so don't miss it. Well, let's go to the phones now. Let's go to Pennsylvania and welcome Anna Mae to the show. Hi, Anna Mae.
Hi, Cindy and Dr. Becker. We just love your show so much.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for saying that. I hope I can help you today, Anna Mae. What's on your mind?
I have an inflamed esophagus, and a lot of times when I'm eating, I have that throat feeling, and even when I eat, sometimes I got to. They had gone down my throat, and they said that's what they found.
So they did a scope down the throat to check you out?
Yeah.
All right. How long have you been having this?
Oh, it's about 6 months.
What happened to you? Something change?
No, nothing changed.
Have you gained some weight?
No, I've lost weight.
Did you start taking a medicine like an anti-inflammatory drug?
They gave me OMEPRAZOLE.
That's to suppress the acid. Does it help you?
It seems to help somewhat, yeah.
But there's a problem with that medicine. Over time, it can deplete your body of magnesium, which is going to make migraines worse if you have those. It can also deplete your vitamin B12, and when you're low on B12, nothing works right. From head to toe, nothing works right with low B12. So if we can get you off the medicine, we'll do that. Some people need to keep taking it, I understand, and that's best for them. But if we can get you off the acid-suppressing drugs, it's in your best interest. I still, you know, things happen for a reason, Anna Mae. You've learned that in your life. You're experienced, right?
Right.
Things happen for a reason. Were you under stress? Did you take antibiotics for a sinus infection? Maybe you had the flu. Maybe you lost a dear loved one. Something happened? No?
I get a lot of migraines, and I take some horse medicines for that.
Okay. Let me ask you about these migraines. How do you know they're migraines and not some other type of headache? Has a doctor made that conclusion for you?
Yeah. They started up and go down the site. And
Okay.
I've had many CAT scans and all that, and they said it's for severe migraine.
Have you had migraines all your life, or is this a new thing?
It's about 20 years now.
All right.
I lay about 5-6 days, and it's Stadol, it's an A spray, and
Yes.
it really, I don't know if that's helping any or not. I mean, on my stomach or not.
Right,
But,
right.
it's just-
Yeah, because it drains down. It can upset the stomach. Let me ask you. You know, there's a new study that just came out, and they found, this is a review of all the data they could find on migraines and triggers. And they found 87% of all migraine sufferers, their migraine is triggered by a food or a circumstance. So, for example, some migraine sufferers, if they eat a cheese, boom, they get a headache. Have you ever noticed that there are triggers? And keep in mind, this is the World Research Review, 87%, that's 9 out of 10. Let's just call it 9 out of 10 migraine sufferers. They have their headaches for a reason. And the point of this is, if we have learned that cheese triggers your migraine, why would you eat cheese that sets you out of commission for up to 3 days? I wouldn't want to do that. Do you respond to triggers? Do you have migraine triggers?
I never really noticed that.
Well, that's what I want you to pay close attention to, because for migraine sufferers, everything flows off of the migraine control. If we can eliminate those headaches, your belly's going to get better. Your tummy's going to get better. And you know, the omeprazole that you're taking makes headaches worse. That's one of its leading side effects is headaches. And so you get into this catch your tail type of psychology with drug use, medication use.
Right.
You know, and you know, we need medicines. I'm tired of saying this over and over because y'all get this. Pardon my Texas vernacular, but we understand that we need them from time to time. But when we're taking medicines to compensate for another medicine, and a side effect of another medicine requires a third medicine, and then we need the fourth medicine to sleep, and then we need a medicine to wake up, and it's a mess.
Right.
Am I making sense?
Yeah, you are.
Let's do this. I want you to write down everything you eat and the basic circumstances of the day. You'll see your trigger. You'll find out what it is. Next, I want to get your gut working right. Noni, glucomannan fiber, probiotics to restore flora, oil of oregano to get rid of bad yeast and bacteria that colonize the gut. When you suppress acid, opportunistic organisms take over the intestinal tract. Curcumin to calm your brain inflammation. Active adult multiple vitamin and mineral, vitamin D, and mag gel. One last thing, B12 to bring that B12 level up. And then understand that I want to work you off that omeprazole for the acid suppression if at all possible. and get your B12 levels up, your magnesium level up. All the while, you are checking your triggers. You're writing down your foods, your circumstances of the day, and you will find the pattern. And let's eliminate that pattern and get you back on the road to wellness. My goodness, girl, at 74, you got a lot of good years ahead of you. We want you in good health.
Thank you. I'm married 56 years.
Good for you.
And
Wonderful.
I do take 5,000 B12, but...
Good. Keep doing that. Are you taking vitamin D as well, Anna?
I do. 15,000 units of D3.
Well, we want you on the... I'm going to send you this list. I'm sorry, dear, time is short.
Okay.
But I think if we get your intestines right, understand why you're having the headaches, and then support your magnesium and vitamin D and curcumin, we're going to put those headaches from one a week to one a year. And you're going to start getting better. Your care package is coming. We have a break. We'll be right back. For thousands of years, Eastern health practitioners have used mushrooms for a variety of treatments.
And recently, scientists everywhere in the world have turned to mushrooms in search of health-promoting compounds.
These are known as medicinal mushrooms. Among some of the most potent are ABM, maitake, reishi, shiitake, and cordyceps sinensis.
At Bioinnovations, we've made available 4 of the most powerful mushrooms in one easy-to-use formula. We call it the Mushroom Complex. We also offer the amazing mushroom Cordyceps sinensis in a standalone formula.
Cordyceps helps boost energy, an amazing discovery now used in both Eastern and Western medicine. So take advantage of thousands of years of health knowledge.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings.
Here is our hope for you today. I'm Cindy Becker. In the epic movie Gone with the Wind, Scarlett O'Hara says she won't think about her problems today or she'll go crazy. She'll think about them tomorrow. How should we think about tomorrow in our lives? In Matthew 6, verse 33, we get advice about tomorrow. Seek first his kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. It's so difficult to not worry about the future. Many of us catastrophize about the future. That's spending all your time thinking about all the catastrophes that might happen. So let tomorrow worry about itself. That way, we won't miss the wonderful things happening in our lives right now. I'm Cindy Becker. This is our hope for you today.
For centuries, the herb astragalus has been a staple of traditional Chinese medicine. It's used to create a strong shield, protecting the immune system.
Astragalus is also used to support healthy heart and lung function.
There's even more. Astragalus helps to calm total body inflammation, a common cause of pain and chronic illness.
All of that without the use of medication.
That's right. Support your health the way nature intended with astragalus root.
Bioinnovations brings you Dr. Becker's Bionutrients Astragalus Root Extract. Bioinnovations is the affordable source that you can trust for all your vitamin and supplement needs. Give us a call at 888-442-2128 or order online at bioinnovations.net and see what astragalus can do for your health. That number once again is 888-442-2128. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. Call today. Welcome back, everyone. I've got just a quick reminder on that fenugreek seed that we talked about earlier in the show. Wasn't that interesting? I learned so much today. Well, to help you get it, we have it buy one, get one free. That's the Dr. Becker's Bionutrients fenugreek seed. Buy one bottle at the regular price. You'll get a second bottle free, and that's today only. Well, let's go to Florida now and welcome Bob to the show. Hi there, Bob.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Cindy.
Hi, Bob. How are you today?
I'm good. Thank you, Dr. Becker. I appreciate you taking my call.
Oh, it's my pleasure. I hope we can help you today. How's your energy level today, Bob?
That's good.
Okay, good. Let's talk. I hear you have a condition. Tell me about it.
Yes, I have myasthenia gravis,
Okay.
and I've had it for about a year and a half. And about when I got it, it was real bad. I saw it double all the time. Now it's much better, but it still seems like...
So, Bob, you acquired this. You weren't born with this. You haven't had it all your life, correct?
Right.
Okay, to help our viewing audience understand your dilemma, myasthenia gravis comes in two basic types, one that you are born with, it's difficult to manage, and then the type that's acquired. What happens in myasthenia gravis is our body makes blocking antibodies to the neurotransmitter that activates muscle action. So it becomes very difficult to maintain muscle tone, and the double vision, the eyes. You know, even when we're at rest in bed, the eyes have to work, the heart has to work, and certain things have to keep on going, and the muscles can become so weak that the eyes misalign. Right, Bob? And you get double vision. That happened to you, right? And so when it's acquired, what's happening is we have antibodies that are blocking this neuromuscular response, and it leads to profound weakness. We call this autoimmune disease, and sometimes people get over it on their own, and it sounds like you're getting better, right, Bob?
Well, yeah, but it stopped. It stopped getting better. It's been the same for about 6 months now.
Okay, we want it to go away completely.
Right.
Absolutely. Well, there's three things that are very important to think about. Have you been exposed to any toxins? You know, the world's a polluted place, Bob. Even beautiful Florida. We all have pollution. And what kind of work did you do during your career?
I worked for a phone company.
Okay. Well, that's not an occupation known to have a lot of toxic exposure, but it's possible. It's possible. Next is exposure to heavy metals. Any heavy metal exposure. And the last is an infection that you may not be aware of. You know, I think of Lyme disease, I think of intestinal dysbiosis, chronic infection in the mouth, or a prosthetic device in the body. Maybe you had a hip surgery. Any type of occult infection, these are things that can trigger the autoimmune process. It could have even been a bad intestinal infection with the flu bug, with diarrhea. It can trigger this type of process. Does any of that sound familiar? Because this is the type of thing we're looking for as an initiation of the autoimmune process, Bob.
Okay, I had a shunt put in my skull.
So you had increased cerebral spinal fluid pressure?
Yeah, in 2013, yeah.
Well, that's the kind of thing that could trigger all this. So they did what they could to help. And you know, Bob, if they hadn't have done that, that could be a fatal, especially as an adult. That's a fatal situation. So you didn't have a choice. You did what you had to do. Well, based on the premise that autoimmune diseases can be initiated by stress, toxins, poisons, heavy metals, infections, this type of thing, we do things in our alternative and complementary approach to counter those things. Also, we try to supply the mitochondria with the ingredients they need to provide better energy to your muscles. It's very much like the Heart Smart plan for heart disease. Same type of process, but in a different location. So I want to send you CoQ10, L-carnitine, D-ribose, and magnesium. Those substances will help the mitochondria of your cells in your muscles create more energy so you can function better. Also, the immune system is controlled directly and indirectly by vitamin D. Now, you live in Florida, and you may think you get plenty of sun, but the studies show you're just as deficient in general as somebody who lives in Omaha or Fargo, North Dakota, because we put on sunscreen, we cover our skin, we don't want to get sunburned. And so taking a little extra vitamin D can be of tremendous benefit to you. And you want to get your blood level up to about 70 to 80 is good for the autoimmune. So that may take 5, 6, 7, 8,000 international units of vitamin D3 a day. Also, I want to send you fish oil, alpha lipoic acid, probiotics, and oil of oregano. And what we're going to do with this is slowly chelate your system, get rid of toxins, give your immune system what it needs to calm down, give your muscles energy to respond better, and we're going to continue this process of getting better. Are you with me, Bob? Time is short. Does it make sense?
I hear you. Sounds good to me.
Okay, I'm going to send you our book, also Foundations for Healing, to assist you in this process. Good luck, Bob. You'll be in our hearts and prayers. We have a break. We'll be right back for the wrap-up. Every day, about 200 million Americans do not get enough of a key essential mineral.
That mineral is magnesium. The typical American diet does not supply enough.
And magnesium is so important. It protects bones and helps more than 300 different enzymes in the human body perform efficiently.
That's why BioInnovations offers chelated magnesium capsules for oral use and topical magnesium gel to be applied to the skin. That's 2 forms of magnesium to meet your daily needs.
Scientific evidence points to chelation as the best method of vitamin and mineral formulation.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health.
Because chances are you are one of the 200 million Americans who need more magnesium every day.
Again, that number is 888-442-2128. Call today. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings.
I'm Dr. Richard Becker for Your Health at a Glance. High cholesterol raises your risk for cardiovascular disease, but it's just one risk factor among many. And the need to lower your cholesterol can be over-exaggerated. Everywhere in the media, we see advertisements for cholesterol-lowering prescription drugs. It's a big business. Now, cardiovascular disease kills more Americans than any other disease, so we need to pay attention to all the risk factors for heart disease. Here's a prevention strategy. Besides lowering your cholesterol, treat high blood pressure. Stop all tobacco, manage diabetes, exercise regularly to stay fit, avoid sugar, eat fish and fresh fruits and vegetables. Take your daily vitamin and use omega-3 oils. Address all your risk factors, not just your cholesterol. For Your Health at a Glance, I'm Dr. Richard Becker. There are thousands of fungal species, and at least 200 of them have been found to cause human diseases.
Fungal infections are common, so what can we do to protect ourselves?
One solution is oregano, a natural alternative. Oregano fights problems created by fungus and yeast overgrowth, and it improves many other health conditions.
At BioInnovations, we offer oregano in gel caps and liquid extract.
Yeast and fungal disorders can improve.
So take charge of your health by choosing a natural alternative such as oregano gel caps or oil of oregano liquid extract.
Order online at bioinnovations.net or call 888-442-2128 and let us assist you in making the right choices for better health. Ask about the AutoShip program for additional savings. That number's 888-442-2128. Your Health is brought to you by BioInnovations, trusted products for your health and well-being.
We're back, everyone. Just a quick reminder on that Fenugreek seed. It's buy one, get one free today only, so I don't want you to miss it. Well, we have an email communication from Sam in Wyoming, and Sam has been suffering from weight gain. His doctor says he's about to become a full-blown diabetic. So, Richard, let's address what Sam can do.
Well, you know, what I admire about Sam's situation is he wants to take charge. He'd like to do this management of the weight gain and prevention of diabetes. And, you know, so many times when patients are told you're pre-diabetic, they really are diabetic. And you ask virtually any diabetes expert, they'll say, you're either diabetic or you're not. There's really no such thing as pre-diabetes. And we say that to people to soften the blow so they have a chance to get used to the idea that if you keep doing what you're doing, you're diabetic. And let's just face the facts. It does us no good to put our head in the sand, so let's deal with this. Sam, I grew up in northern Colorado, and I know how long the winters are in that country. And Wyoming, I love that state. It's beautiful, but it's high altitude, it's severely cold, and you don't get much sun in the winter, spring, and the fall. Summer, you get good sun. It's daylight till 10, 11 o'clock at night up there, but not in the winter. And I don't know how you could possibly have a normal vitamin D level living in that beautiful country with very little sun in the winter. And we know without a doubt, folks, when your vitamin D level drops, you are at extraordinarily higher risk of weight gain, diabetes, and all its complications. So that is fundamental. Now, how much does it take to help with that? Well, you want your drug level, vitamin D level, to be around 60 to 70. That will help to prevent all this diabetes and whatnot. But you have to do your part too. You have to start exercising, even when it's cold out. See, 20 below is common in Wyoming in the winter. Most of us say, I'm not going outdoors to exercise, but if you live in that country, you have to accept that this is how my life is. Put on the down parka, the hat, the mittens, and everything, and get out and take your walk. Do what you have to do. Get this exercise going. And you know, you're much better off doing this outdoors than inside. Inside exercise is okay, but the benefits from outdoor exercise, it blows indoor exercise out of the water and all of this. So that's fundamental. Next is your diet. I'm going to send you Foundations for Healing that gives you the diet for the rest of your life that will help you tremendously to cut the sugar and starch out of your diet. You don't need all the sugar and starch. That's what raises blood glucose levels. Fats, oils, lipids, and protein does not raise blood sugar. It doesn't do it. It's carbohydrates and sugars. So they've got to come down. Less bread. No sweets. You're done with that. Your sweet now is a little piece of fruit, some fruit. You can have an apple. And you know, when you're sugar-free, an apple is delicious, a pear out of this world. And so you don't need very much. So diet is very important. Get on the Mediterranean style of diet. That's what's going to help you. Now, let's incorporate fenugreek seed into your plan. Remember, 5 grams or more a day is effective in lowering glucose levels. So that would mean 2 or 3 capsules with each meal a day, or you can use the powder type. You know, people will make a flour out of fenugreek, and we use the capsules because it's so much easier for people. So 2 or 3 a day. I also want to send you some milk thistle. It has the ability to help with glucose levels. Alpha lipoic acid. This substance is so healing and detoxifying that it has great application for the diabetic. Also, if you're on a plan of alpha lipoic acid, we minimize this diabetic neuropathy risk that is so disabling and leaves diabetics in chronic pain. Oil of oregano for the dysbiosis. All diabetics have altered bowel flora, and they often have yeast overgrowth or bacterial overgrowth, and we can help that with probiotics and oil of oregano. You know, noni juice is tremendous. It's a great pain agent, anti-pain agent for the diabetic. It also makes insulin resistance less prominent. It helps your body efficiently use insulin more efficiently. And it's the Polynesian cultural use, as that's the traditional one. So to complement all this, Foundations for Healing, I told you that, but Active Adult, because the diabetic uses up to 10 times more B vitamins than non-diabetics. That's a thiamine fact. So we need the extra B vitamins to process our glucose. You put this plan to work, 95 out of 100 people will not need to use medicine if you do this early in your course of diabetes. And fenugreek is a natural agent used for thousands of years that can help you achieve your goals medicine-free, and I applaud your efforts. Thank you for your kind attention. We'll see you tomorrow, folks.
Bye-bye. We'll see you tomorrow. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Bill Malone of Christian Television Network's Plan Giving Department. Did you know that a will is one of the most important documents that you will ever sign? Yet a majority of Americans die each year with no will, and so the government receives a large percentage of their estate in taxes and fees. We can help you eliminate this loss with our free Guide to Wills and Trusts booklet. Call the number on your screen or go to our website for further information. Your long-range plans deserve special attention.
Join Jim and Lori Baker every day as they welcome anointed teachers.
The result of our prayers will determine the future of our nation.
And the most dynamic personalities from around the world as we share grace